Well, boys, here's the situation. The Shovelhead is not running right. I still cannot get the intake manifold, the bands that secure the manifold to the head. I cannot get those to seal properly. This thing won't stop leaking. Now, either this is going to be a 5-minute fix, something really quick, or just tighten the bands down, get it to run right again and seal, or we're going to take carburetor, everything apart, pull the push rod covers, adjust the push rods, rotate the head, and do everything all over again, which we don't want to do. So let's get into seeing if we can get this old girl running again. These are the bands I'm referring to if you're not familiar with these. This is the head, here's the intake over here, and there's a little rubber O-ring that sits right in here. First, let's see if these loosened up at all. Oh shit, yeah, it's loose. Oh, I hope it's not stripped. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm barely putting any pressure on this. Did it vibrate loose already? Now, I think we're gonna be okay. I thought I was gonna have to break the heads loose, but I think these bands just kinda got a little warm, expanded, and loosened up a little bit or something, or vibrated loose. Okay. Okay, boys. Pull the britches up, see if she leaks again. Cold, cold, hold start. Hold start, let's see, come on, baby. One more for good measure. And another for my confidence. Come on. Get on top of compression. Why are you being a hard starting bitch now? Get a little juice, go-go juice. Come on, baby. You never did this to me before. So I don't know if you can tell, do you see that little nut and bolt right there? My dad put a baffle in here to quiet it down, and I'm thinking we need to see what it sounds like uncorked. So I'm gonna pull this baffle out. I have never heard this motor without a baffle in it. I'm curious. We can always put it back in if we don't like her, you know? So for those of you that might be wondering, hey, there we go. My background and discipline with mechanical stuff is from the military. I used to be a 6092 as the Marine Corps calls. I used to be a helicopter mechanic. So I got my wits about me. I'm not totally stupid. Not like everybody else on YouTube. And nor am I an expert. I'll never act like I am one. That's important. Everybody hates a know-it-all douchebag. All right, let's see what she sounds like now. Wild how much quieter it is. Well, boys, I think we can just chalk this up as a valuable learning experience. I should have just, before I even started the video, I should have just checked to see if my bands were tight. So if your Shovelhead is leaking from the intake, check your bands. It's only got 20 miles on it since we last did the O-rings. So I'm thinking it just got warm, vibrated, and kind of loosened up those nuts. Although they are nylocks, they shouldn't be loosening. Hopefully this doesn't keep happening. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. I guess from what I understand, I was bullshitting my dad about it because I call him and ask him motorcycle questions all the time, and he says that these old Shovelheads are kind of finicky, and occasionally if you can get one to just run right, and yeah, it might cough and sputter and backfire once in a while, it's one of those kind of deals. It's like, well, fucking with it might open up a bigger can of worms. At least that's what he says, and so far he's been right. He's been right. But now the Shovelhead's dialed. If it wasn't raining today, I'd take the old Shovelhead out and videotape me actually riding it and stuff and seeing how it goes and seeing if it messes up again or those bands loosen, but it's raining, so. What do we think? Do we like it with or without the baffle? I'm leaning towards uncorked. So which one do you think sounds better, with or without the baffle? I think I'm gonna leave it uncorked. However, I'm probably gonna regularly check the spark plugs now. I always hear, I don't know this to be true, but I hear that if you don't have enough back pressure, it can kind of make the bike run funny. Something to do with air-fuel mixture, not enough back pressure pushing into the actual combustion chamber. So, I don't know. We'll see if it runs funny. It shouldn't. It sounds a lot better, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it sounds better with or without the baffle? Leave it down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. I'm really curious because I think I like it uncorked, but I will say, when the bike is corked, I can hear everything a lot better on the bike. I can hear the transmission, the clutch, which is obnoxious being a dry clutch, and I can hear like the tappets. I can hear everything. Like, you really get tuned into the bike when you're not running a baffle. You're audibly paying attention to more things, and being as this is kind of an older motorcycle, it already gives me the heebie-jeebies if something bad's gonna happen, because it's just old, you know? I mean, everything's new, but the technology's still old, and not everything is brand new. Oh yeah, fellas, I wanted to show you this. I picked up this nacelle. Kind of a funny story how I got it. But what are you thinking? Huh? Maybe? Oh. So the story on this nacelle, I'm out of town. Randomly just going to go check out my old lady's family, hang out with them or whatever, and I got to BSing with the sister's boyfriend, and he used to be an old biker dude, and coincidentally he had a 76 FLH, and he had a bunch of Shovelhead parts laying around, and this is one of the parts I picked up off of him. Of course, I made efforts to buy more things, and I said, hey, by the way, if you got any more parts, send them on over my way. You know how it goes, but yeah. Snagged up that little barn find Johnny, which, by the way, that thing was sitting in a barn for probably 15 years. It's been hidden away for a grip. I'm thinking about putting this thing on the blue bike, but my dad has one on his red and black bike, and I am not trying to be a copycat or a douche. So, I don't know, maybe I'll just let it sit on the shelf, maybe I'll sell it, I don't know. I bought it for a decent price. I don't see why I couldn't flip it. What do you think I ought to do? You think I ought to throw her on, or just clean her up, or throw her back on the shelf and just let it sit till the next project comes along? I don't know. If you're like a typical Harley guy, you leave it on the shelf so nobody else can get their hands on it that probably needs it. And I don't want to be that dick, but, you know. Hey, if somebody in the comments wants this thing and they really do need it, let me know. Hit me up. I'll make you a fair price for it. And by the way, I'm only going to sell this to a subscriber, so you best get on it. If you want anything from me, you best get to subscribing, liking, and commenting. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.